It's got Luigi. Super Mario Odyssey is based off of the Greek poem The Odyssey by Homer Simpson, where Mario spends 10 years on a ship battling Cyclops and mermaids. Wait, hold up, that's the wrong script. In 2017, shortly after the release of the Nintendo Switch, Nintendo had one job: make a banger video game to kick off their system release. And they did that with Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. You know, Mario Odyssey's good too. The story follows Mario getting right into the action as Bowser has kidnapped Princess Peach again, and they're in a pretty heated fight. Pretty general stuff, but instead of just locking her in the castle, Bowser intends to take her to the moon and get married. That's insane! Like, who's gonna get married on the moon? You can't breathe up there.
Yo, holy shit, he dead!
And after Mario gets knocked off the ship, he loses his patent hat with the letter M on it.
No!
So now he has to go by Ario. Indiana Jones is laughing at you right now, Ario. How could you lose your hat? Indiana Jones would never lose his hat. Down on the ground, Ario makes friends with a little ghost boy who agrees to be his hat for a little bit so that he can be called Mario again. Also, he'd like our help to rescue his sister, who is also kidnapped by Bowser, but it isn't really relevant to the story other than to have the excuse to bring along this companion who is a living hat that can possess people. As with most Mario collectathons, you travel from world to world, gathering the collectibles, in this case moons, because, get it, the moon, going to the moon? And these moons are everywhere, so even when you aren't trying to find one, you still kind of find one by accident. Oh wait, there's a moon. This was all calculated actually, I knew there was a moon here. That was totally calculated. But one of the strengths of the Mario series is the unique environments and themes you see in each series of levels and worlds, and how well they help blend the story. To start, we've got Jurassic Park, where the dinosaurs are continuing to go extinct, the desert where things are cold, which is not supposed to make sense, but scientifically, deserts can get cold, guys. Even Google knows this. Hey Google, can deserts get cold?
Although some deserts are very hot, with daytime temperatures as high as 54 degrees Celsius, other deserts have cold winters or are cold year-round.
The forest world is where Bowser sent a robot to get flowers for the wedding, so obviously we have to mercilessly kill that. And the graphics aren't even that good here, like you can see exactly where they put up the wall. And after that we have SeaWorld, where we can go swimming with the Magikarps. After a few worlds, we take a quick moment for a boss fight where we punch Bowser in the nards. Then I do want to take a brief moment to talk about the boss fights in this game too. There's easily a dozen or so of them that have a nice little variety. Most of these are from this little rabbit gang that I am not sexually attracted to. Guys, I feel a need to say that I am not sexually attracted to the woman bunny, just like how Tucker Carlson is not sexually attracted to the green M&M. The tall one with the yellow hat, maybe. But then you have some of these other cool ones that are specific to the worlds, like the centipede. Then Mario crash lands in the jungle and ends up losing his hat for a bit.
Please, this is all I have. I'm nothing without this
hat.
If you're nothing without this hat, then you shouldn't have it.
And then over to New York City so we can go jump roping.
99 monkeys jumping on the bed.
One fell off and bumped his head.
Though I gotta say, New Donk City has one of the best sequences that I've seen on just about any Switch game since the console's conception. Hey lady, I lost my parents. Can you help me find them? I gotta pee really bad. There's also the food world that only exists to make me hungry. And if you told me that there'd be a part where Mario becomes a fireball and swims in a bowl of soup and fights a giant chicken, I'd cut you off right there and give the game a 10 out of 10. Alternatively, if you told me that immediately after you'd be fighting a dragon in your underwear, I would think you're talking about Skyrim. After all that, we're finally on to Bowser's Castle, which I had no idea was located somewhere in Asia. And Mario fights all the bunnies all over again as they combine into a Transformer.
Transformers. Robots in disguise.
But once we beat them all up, it's to the moon. To the moon! We object to the wedding, which Bowser isn't happy about, obviously. So we have to punch him in the nards one more time. Then for some reason the moon is going to blow up, I guess, so we make our escape by taking over Bowser's body and using it to run to safety. That's kind of an invasion of personal space, isn't it? Alright, Peach, would it be weird if we did it like this? And then once we're free, that's the game. At least the first 6 hours of it. Because let me say, there is so much post-game, you might not actually finish the game. This is your post-game content right here. Oh man, I am racking up these post-game stars, dude. Oh man, no way, dude. Another one? I am thriving right now. Kind of like what I did back in 2019. There's billions of moons to collect, and about just as many challenges to face, including this impossible gauntlet at the very, very end of the game called the Dark Side of the Moon that you couldn't pay me enough to try to complete. But the pace of the game is great. There's no drawn out cutscenes with complicated story, it's just go get moons, stop Bowser, and explore. Coins are used instead of the traditional life system, which is great since there's never a shortage of coins in this game, which is very important because you need to collect them to buy power moons, also Mario's nipples. Let's go! We got Mario nipples! And I'm not the biggest fan of using Joy-Cons on the Switch, and I'm too poor to afford a Pro Controller, so it's a tough time when some Switch games have mechanics that require movement or even rumble. Luckily, there's only a few moments like that in this game, and you can counteract them by just being lucky. I can't feel rumble with this. Found it! I'm such a genius. But the true beauty of this game is that there's no one way to do anything. Like, yeah, there's a way you're supposed to do it, right? But you can also do it this way. You'll have moments where you pull off the sickest jumps into the sickest combos, and then you'll have moments where you feel like you've never picked up a video game and this is the first time you've ever touched a controller in your life. But the movement style in Mario has always been great, and being able to pull off something sick just makes you feel awesome. And when it's all said and done, the game is fun. As wacky and strange and weird as it can be, it's one of the most fun times I've ever had with a Mario game. And that's what's important when it comes to gaming. Absolutely a phenomenal gaming experience. Ah! Just threw him away to get the star, just like old times.